But I have to say what needs to be said. I have to. This is a video I never planned on making, and it's completely devastating having to sit down and write this out. But a couple days ago, Mikayla Raines passed away. This is the most hurtful and difficult time of my life, so please bear with me as I try to read this through the tears. Mikayla was the most bright and shining example of what you could accomplish if you really set your mind to something. She was never held back by ideas that everyone else considered unrealistic. As many of you know, she was on the autism spectrum, and while that made her life very difficult, it allowed her to hyper-focus on one thing, and that one thing was obviously animals. From a young age, she dedicated every waking hour of her life to helping them, whether it was helping a snapping turtle cross the road or saving 500 foxes from a terrible fur farm. She was never in it for fame, money, or personal gain. She was truly one of the most selfless people I have ever known. She put the animals' well-being over her own time and time again. She would forgo sleep, eating, and showering if there was an animal that needed her help. And it was not just foxes. I've seen her help birds, reptiles, sheep, squirrels. I truly believe when it came to animals, she could do anything.
Who is Mikayla Raines? She's born March 5th, 1995, in Burnsville, Minnesota. She developed a passion for foxes at 15 after volunteering with a wildlife rehabilitator, caring for her first fox pup after college-level vet tech training. At age 20, she launched SaveAFox, initially operating in Lakeville, despite permit locations due to housing too many foxes.
Supporters donated $60,000 and expanded to Rice County near Faribault. Built a sanctuary that became the largest fox rescue in the U.S., rescuing hundreds across Minnesota, Florida, and beyond. When it came to her social media presence, Mikayla ran a popular Instagram and YouTube channel. Her YouTube channel, SaveAFox, reached 2.47 million subscribers with over 841 million views. Instagram had 620K followers. Mikayla was not shy of being online. She loved sharing engaging content, including viral stories like lesbian goth foxes and fox rescues, elevating awareness for fox welfare. Mikayla was very open with the public about her personal challenges and mental health. She openly shared her struggles, that she was on the autism spectrum and faced depression and borderline personality disorder. Her husband Ethan, Frankamp, Raines, said she was so sensitive to everything, which fueled her passion and made her vulnerable to online harassment. In her final months, she endured online bullying, including from fellow rescue operators, a factor her husband knows contributed to her death. In these shots here, you can see how cruel people were to her and how their words impacted her health even more. One user on Reddit shared it in a post titled, "What's the deal with bullying of Mikayla Raines, the SaveAFox lady?" Go ahead and pause the video and read what was said. One Reddit user had commented, apparently she ended her life due to cyberbullying. At least one comment mentioned that some of her friends, family, and peers in the animal rescue community had started agreeing with baseless accusations about her and her rescue organization. There was a whole subreddit dedicated to bashing her. Another detailed explanation from the same thread laid out how critics followed her every mishap. Users in this certain subculture leapt on when an animal under her care died, keeping a running list of every animal that died in her practice. A user creating an enormous Google sheet cataloging every injury and medical issue the foxes experienced. They also called out the more personal attacks. There was also a strong undercurrent of slut-shaming, suggestive clothed photos of herself with animals, characterized as sexual abuse. In this emotional interview from Ethan, he explains how the impact of the public and the toxic comments took a mental health on his wife. She struggled with online bullying from people she considered close friends. She took to the negative ones very personally. They spread false rumors about her, and being the sensitive person she was, it deeply impacted her. The more recent rude words were accusations from her own friends, the people that were closest to her. Ethan says, "I wish you had to see me find her. I wish you had to watch me perform CPR on her for 15 minutes." What we can determine that these messages show is that there was ongoing harassment from strangers and peers, even friends, criticism and obsession with every animal outcome, personal attacks including slut-shaming, rumors and false accusations spread within rescue communities. Those that supported Mikayla believe the consistent psychological wear, and especially the betrayal of those close to her, significantly affected her mental health and contributed to her tragic decision to end her own life. Mikayla did have a really large following of good people who loved her. A comment on a Reddit post states she was such an amazing human being. Mikayla seems like a kind soul that just wanted to dedicate her life to helping animals and piece of shit people on the internet, and people she knew in real life harassed and bullied her into taking her own life. Another post that directly calls out a known harasser. Reading everything, you have no remorse for contributing to the suicide. By rejecting all three of these things, you've led someone to take their own life. Instead of staying silent, you open your mouth. That is immoral, that is selfish, and that is evil. Now, whenever I read this, it really broke my heart. I had to record this 3 times to pull myself together to say it. Because it is not the person that committed the suicide's fault, but they took their own life. It is the people that were supposed to protect them and support them that did not do their jobs to prevent these acts of cruelty. And I'm not blaming Mikayla's husband. He loves her. He's not responsible. It's other people that were closest to her, her co-workers, her peers, that had the audacity to mock someone. And there's a lot of accusations about her OnlyFans, okay? That's something I'm not going to get into on this, but I'm going to bring that up for a snippet. That just because someone decides to do something like that, you do not have the right to mock them or criticize them about what they do with their own bodies. It's not your job. And slut-shaming her due to the OnlyFans is so wrong. And whoever was a part of this, I really hope that someone closest to you doesn't do the same thing that she did. Because it's awful to terrorize people for living their lives, and it doesn't impact you. If they're not hurting people, what is the point of literally tormenting someone into a death that could have been avoided? Mikayla was a wife. She and Ethan met at SaveAFox Rescue. He started as a volunteer and eventually became her partner in both life and work. They were married on December 23rd, 2020 at the very sanctuary they built, SaveAFox Rescue. The couple welcomed their first and only child. Her name is Freya. She was born in 2021 or early 2022 according to multiple sources. Ethan lovingly described Mikayla as Freya's best friend, sharing moments like pony rides, morning cuddles, and caring for her little cockroaches together. Mikayla was not shy to show off how much she loved her family. She loved sharing personal moments with Freya and Ethan on her social media, showcasing a warm, fun-filled family intertwined with the rescue's daily routine. Their shared mission, their relationship was deeply rooted in shared values, animal rescue, advocacy, and compassion. Their unity extended beyond marriage into a life lived for their sanctuary and their little girl. After Mikayla's tragic death in June of 2025, Ethan has vowed to continue her vision, steadfast in running SaveAFox and honoring both her memory and their family's mission, to continue to let this beautiful legacy never die. We're gonna head back over to the clip with Ethan, and you need to listen closely. This woman was a conqueror. She is not weak for what she did. This world needs to learn a valuable lesson about how not to take people for granted, that care and love, and no matter what they do, as a personal development in any way, whatever you think, that's your opinion. But what she did was not to be frowned upon. It's a legal way to make money for funding, to be able to help her business and her family to grow. And it's not our place to judge what she did. But now is the time to stop the bullying and stop terrorizing people online. So many have taken their lives, and now is the time to change it. And I believe that hurt people hurt people. And if you're one of those people that are behind the board because you're hurting, seek counsel, seek therapy, and take a look at yourself in the mirror right now and see that what you're doing behind that keyboard is not going to help you in the long run. Now, as we close, we're going to head over to this video clip. I hope that many of you have learned what a beautiful life Mikayla had, and that we can rejoice together in memory of her. And listen to what Ethan is saying. Hopefully that he can, get the funding to keep SaveAFox going. And it is up to us to be able to keep her memory alive. The link will be in the full link will be in my description box. So keep in mind today that we can change the world by how we change our mindsets. And that we should always be eager to grow versus tear down. Rest in peace, Mikayla.
In a world that's filled with darkness, she was just light. She was just light. And to those of you that pushed her to this, every one of you that had been responsible for making her feel this way, I wish you had to see me find her. And I wish you had to watch me perform CPR on her for 15 minutes until the first responders arrived. And I wish you had to watch helplessly as paramedics attempted to revive her lifeless body. And I wish you had to hear the screams and the cries of her family. I wish you had to see tiny, heartbroken Freya try to understand why she could never see her mommy again. I wish you understood what you were doing before you did it, before it had to go this far. And I wish you understood that words do have real and terrible consequences. If you only have negative garbage to say, just shut up. And if you are feeling lost and hopeless, please reach out to someone, whether it's friends and family or calling a hotline. Despite this being the biggest loss of my life and feeling like I have a literal hole in my chest, I will not let Mikayla's light be extinguished. And I won't let negativity win. And I won't let her mission fall apart. I am going to continue to push to rescue the remaining fur farm foxes, and after that, save as many animals as possible. But I will need your help. As long as you guys will continue to support all of us here at SaveAFox, we will keep pushing forward. I'm confident we can bring more light to this world, and we'll be doing it for Mikayla. For now, we all just need some space and some privacy, but I'll soon discuss a day where everyone can come here and pay their final respects. And I'm just gonna end it with, I love you, Mikayla. I will always love you so much. And I miss you.
She had 2 million followers. She had a fox organization where she would rescue foxes and raise them. And yet, she still did not find love within herself. She even had a husband who loved her madly. He just said that her feelings and emotion have taken over and that she took her own life. I'm making this video today because enough is enough. Stop ignoring the problems that people are having. Stop acting like just because somebody has money that they're safe, that they're of sound mind, that they love themselves. Because most likely they're living in their own world where it's silent, where no one sees their suffering.